just clicked the go live button now. So, yeah. Anyway, so tonight, a couple things. Um, are you still there? I think I may have lost you because I hit Premiere. I don't know. Or whatever. I don't know. Anyway. Hey, everybody. Welcome to my channel, Mail Call. And a couple things. Got to put up the on-air sign so that everyone's aware that I am broadcasting. And so, yeah, a couple things. I have some cards that I got off eBay. And I already opened them up because I want to look at them. And what did I do with the rest? All right, so here's the rest of them. I can get that up and going here. And so tonight I'm just gonna pull these babies out of these sleeves because I really don't like cards in the sleeves. But these are the Matt Antonelli cards. Now you see there's a shadow on the thing here because it's an experiment with a new device for my camera. And so I'm going to send these off to Matt Antonelli to have him autograph them. They're all eBay purchases because I, for the life of me, did not even want to take the time to look through what I had to see if I had any Matt Antonelli cards. But it's funny because a couple of days ago he did a thing and he said this is even the uniform that this team wears. It's different uniforms or something. I don't know. If you don't know who Matt Antonelli is, well, you can just look him up on YouTube. Antonelli Baseball, I believe it's called. And yeah, so I'm going to ask him to sign these for me and then return them. And as part of a collaboration, he said he would do for me. Maybe give me some sound bites or something like that for my channel. I don't know. I'm going to include a letter and I'll ask him, excuse me, if he would mind doing something along those lines. So what I did was my wife picked up this thing, and so the camera is really shaky, but that's fine. It's suspended from kind of the ceiling almost, but it is what it is. It's, remember, on this channel we're always pushing the envelope. We're always trying to do things better. But I do now have to work on the shadow. So I'll get it. This thing is actually very, very adjustable. So here we go. Trying to adjust. You know what? Hold on. Things are going to get dark. Or green, I'm not sure. Looks like it got dark. But that's all right. I am practicing. Here we go. Let's try this. Sorry about that, guys. See if that does anything for the shadow. I hope. Or not. Alright, will this help? Probably not. Stay there. Now. Clamp there. Clamp there. It moves the shadow, but the weight of the camera just pulled it right back. Dang it. Just pulled it right back. Well, I'll work on it. It's a work in progress, let's call it that. Anywho, let's stop dicking around with this, messing around with this. And it's just getting worse. Alright, looks like we're going back to shadow for now. So we're going to have to deal with the shadow. It's not that bad. So anyway, hi guys. Thanks for showing up. Philip, how you doing? Kaz, thanks for showing up, guys. Mountain, if you're still here, I know you were earlier, and I clicked the go live button, and I don't know what happened there. Like poof, made everyone disappear. But so if you guys just tuned in, you saw my Matt Antonelli cards real quick. So I'm going to send these to Matt Antonelli at his address that he was nice enough to put out. There's actually 8 different Antonelli cards. One of these has 2 in. This one here's got 2 in. And it's taped. Wish I wouldn't have done that. Guess they were trying to save on penny sleeves, huh? Didn't penny sleeve it or anything, just whatever. There we go. So, yeah. Anyway, that's it. Those are the 8 cards I'm going to send him. And see if he'll autograph them and return them and give me some sound bites in case you weren't here listening. If you just got here, that's what's going on with those. Now, secondly, by the way, these are all eBay purchases. As far as I know, I've never seen a Matt Antonelli card until I started following his channel. And then these cards here, I'm just going to pull out of the sleeves and throw the sleeves away. Unless one of you guys want them. I really don't like cards in penny sleeves. I'd rather just have them in the box. These are cards that from binders or stuff that I either got at the auction or flea market. Don't remember. But I mean, they just jammed them in there. So just gonna pull them out. Here you go. Stack them like that so you guys can see them being stacked, I guess. Whatever. So I went and talked to the guy today about my shed, and I'm gonna go ahead and get it. It's gonna be a 10 by 20 shed, and then I'll be able to start in a couple weeks. It's not gonna happen too fast, or it's not gonna happen fast enough for me. But in a couple weeks, I'll be hopefully have that shed in place. Hopefully within a week, and then start prepping the garage for card storage, kind of, and seeing what I don't know if you can, what all you guys can still see. There you go. I'm just putting out here by different years. I mean, I don't even know what's in this stack. I just had them sitting around, so I figured it's time to put them in a box. By the way, I ordered a bundle of 25 5,000 count boxes, empty, right? And the guy's charging me $80. Not bad. And they'll be delivered to at least my town anyway. So that's good. There's no charge for delivery, which, as you know, mailing stuff is a big expense. When I bought them online, it was like $150 delivered. You know, the shipping was like $45 and up sometimes for 25, a stack of 25. So I can get a stack of 25 delivered for 80, and I only get the free delivery because the guy is local. That's why. It's not like he's going out of his way to send me something. He's local, and he has connections, I guess. And he said he can get me my boxes by next Wednesday. So that's cool. Let's see what's going on with the chat while you guys stare at these not really old cards, but cards from the 80s. I don't even know if there's anyone really good in here. Let's flip through it this way. All right, so what are those 79 cards? 1979. Yep, 1979 tops. Those are like 81 or 81s. Yep. So I don't think there's anything super old in here. 79. I'd be lucky to get some 78s out of it, maybe. I mean, how many get shoved in these things? I guess just two. They just because they're older, thicker cards. There's some 80s. Some more 79s. Oh, there's some 78s in here. I see some 78s coming up. 80. Here's some 78s. Yep, 78s. Some 77s. Yep. Back to 78s. 77s. Anyway, stare at them while I check the chat, see what's going on in chat, answer whatever questions everyone has. Hey, Chris, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Patreon Pirate, thank you for stopping by. Gorilla, you gotta stop napping. Okay, you gotta do a live stream next week, Cos. That's cool. Basically, I use Google Chrome and a web camera. That's it. Hey, Rippin' for Ripkins, how's it going? Yeah, that's all I use. Tonight's gonna be just a real quick one. I want to get some game time in. I still have one more day of work. My wife is funny. She goes, "You staying home tomorrow?" Right? I just missed a day of work, and she wants me to take another day off. Just to take a day off. I'm like, I just had a day off. But whatever. Too bad that's miscut because these are nice corners on these cards. The back is perfect. The back is perfect. The front is off. I'm like, I just took a day off of work. Maybe I should go to work tomorrow. What do you think? She's like, oh, okay. So I've been getting calls these last couple of days from who knows, right? People saying they've been trying to get a hold of me urgently. It's my bank, supposedly. And right, you guys know you never give out any information over the phone, right? We're all pretty smart fellas. So I'm like, I don't know who you are, and I'm really not comfortable with giving you any of my information because they're trying to, well, in order for us to help you, sir, we need to verify your identity. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. This is the end of this conversation, and hanging up on them. So I had one the other day, and it came from Connecticut. And then I had two today that said they came from New Jersey, all claiming to be my bank, Bank of America. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. So I had to go stop at my bank tonight on the way home from work, and I talked to their one of the guys there, and he is he went on and he called around, made some phone calls, and turns out it was my bank. So get this, apparently Bank of America, and they say it's a federal requirement that every once in a while they update your information, right? I'm like, you guys get my information all the time. You shouldn't have to be, always updating my stuff. I update it with you all the time. But anyway, it's has to do with um, uh, like a money laundering stuff, like fraud and money laundering and stuff like that. And I'm like, right, you guys know I like I don't have this. You never see this kind of money come rolling through my bank account that you need to worry about me laundering money and shit. But whatever, it is what it is. And then the guy's like, "Hey, you know you're eligible for a loan and all this good stuff. You've been a member with us for 14 years or 16 years." I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "I'm sure you have people that have been with your guys longer than that." He goes, "One or two." I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "Holy cow!" So he's handing me all this paperwork, wanting me to apply for like credit cards and loans and stuff. I'm like, yeah, thanks for your help in my matter, but no, I'm not gonna borrow more money. And the whole idea is to kind of stay out of debt, right? If you can't pay for it, cash, maybe you might not need to get it as much as you think. You may want it, but do you really need it? That's the way I look at it. I really need this shed, by the way, guys. I've got no room for these cards, so that's my excuse for getting the shed now. My wife's on board with it, so that's all cool. It's all good. And these baseball cards will have a true home. I have to work on climatizing it, though, and keeping it, you know, heated in the winter and cool in the summer. So my neighbor's an HVAC guy. I talked to him, and he was talking about something like half units or something like that, where they're just these, about 12-inch wide, a couple feet long units, I guess, that just hang from your wall somewhere near the top of your wall, I guess, near the ceiling, and it heats and cools, and just hooks right up to your regular system. So I'm going to be looking into that, and then who knows what. But it's not going to be cheap. My wife wants to convert over to gas, and I'm like, that's going to be expensive, so you got to get all gas stuff, and we have all electric and or heat, oil heat. So yeah, I don't know about that. Besides, I'm on the downward side of my life, where I should be, according to all the experts, should be downsizing and shit, and not taking out more loans or whatnot. I want to retire within the next 2 years. I don't know if I'll be able to if I take out all these stinking loans. But anyway, other than that, how's everyone else's day been or going? Let's see. Tomorrow we have open house, or not tomorrow, Saturday. We have an open house at my work. So maybe I'll record some of that and then post it. I don't know. I might get in trouble for that, though. My company really frowns upon that kind of stuff because of our line of business. I work for Boeing, and we make helicopters for the Army and foreign governments and stuff like that. So, and the Osprey, we make the Osprey. So they're probably going to frown on it. If they see it online, I'll probably get in trouble. They'll probably petition YouTube to take it down or something like that. But who knows? Maybe I can take some and put it up anyway. It's not like anything's going to be flying. It's just going to be static displays and a bunch of bouncy houses for the kids. Oh, it's all wrinkled up. So, You don't think I should do the gas there, Chris? Well, like my son says, my son's like, you'd want to wait till something major breaks. You know, like the furnace blew up on me like 5 years ago, and you know, I had to replace all that, and that cost like 10 grand. And so, you know, it's not ready to blow up yet. He said, but like next time something goes, something big like that, then that's the time to do all the converting. So we'll see. Hey, Dragon fan, Tim, how's it going? Yeah, well, no, the shit's taken care of. I figure I can. They have like a rent to own. I talked to the guy tonight. He says, well, we have two ways of financing these things, and I'm like, oh, okay, what is that? He says, well, you can pay like 30% up front, and the balance on delivery. And then I said, well, what's the other one? He goes, well, basically you do a rent to own, and you know, you put $500 down, we deliver the shed, and you have 3 years to pay it off. I said, that sounds like me. So I mean, I have great credit, by the way. I have like, I don't know, like 750 plus credit rating. It's ridiculous. I haven't checked it in a while, but and I worked hard to get it there and keep it there. But he says, so there's no credit checks or anything like that. There's nothing going on your credit report. I'm like, I'm fine with that. I've already got good credit. And so it's like, I think I'm going to go that route. So they're not even going to come out because I measured my gate on my fence, and it's only 8 foot wide. And they want, if I want a 10-foot shed, I got to pull out one of the posts, and for like an extra $150, they'll pull out the fence and put it back. He says we have experienced fencing and all that good stuff, so that's not a problem. He says we'll do all that for an extra $150. I'm like, sold. Now he says I mean, I'll check and see what it is, but you know, the shed, because I'm having them put a roll up garage door on it instead of you know, double side by side doors. I wanted just a garage roll up door, and so it's going to be about $4,500, 10 by 20. But that's the max I can put in my yard. So because of the ordinances and all that zoning and all that stuff. So, and then we just pay it off. I figured, what's $150 or $175 a month? It's nothing. So. It's not going on a pad. It's going on, I'm going to level the ground off, and I'm going to put a thick, like tarp down, really thick black tarp to keep the weeds from growing up. And then I'm going to cover that tarp with a couple of inches, like 3 or 4 inches of big gravel stones, so that the any moisture will drip down through the rocks and not sit. It is going to be off the ground. The structure itself is going to be on 4x4s. So no matter where it's sat, it'll be off the ground. At least 4 inches. But I didn't want any moisture to seep into those 4x4s and cause you know, premature rotting or anything like that. Nah, 4,500 isn't bad. So, you know, you're going to charge a little bit of interest on that. Of course, that's what people do. But I mean, how much interest can you charge in 3 years? You're only going to get a couple $100. What are you going to get, like $500 out of me? 600 tops. So I can live with that. Anyway, so do the games start tonight, guys, or they start tomorrow? The real playoffs now. I haven't watched any of that. I haven't watched much baseball all year, though. I just haven't been able to get into it. And of course, I don't get Yankee games. So I may have watched 2 games all year. Even like the Phillies, they're always blacked out. So in my area, so. Yeah, I got these cards. Like I said, I don't remember if they came in an auction binder that I had won that was sitting in a box, or if it was wherever. I bought it at the flea market off of a guy. It could have been in one of the binders. I've been buying binders now. The last time I went to the flea market, that the guy had very little baseball cards. He was selling mostly toys. So I was a little disappointed. I was there ready to go. I still, bought the 1 box off of him for a pretty penny, but I ended up spending $300 at the flea market. So, but it is what it is. That was leftover card show money that I had set aside for the card show that I didn't spend. Because number one, when you go to a card show, my head's like spinning because there's so many nice cards out there to look at. You're like, oh my god, it's like a kid in a candy store, I guess. So card shows are rough on me anymore. I go there and I just get like lost. I'd be like, forget what I even came there for. I mean, I didn't, because I went there mainly for Pete Rose's autograph, but it's like, man, I could be looking at the boxes of singles, 10-cent box, and picking out a whole bunch of cards I need to complete sets. Oh, I didn't take any time to go through any of the sets to see what I needed to complete a set. So, yeah. And with what I got, I pretty much probably have a lot of complete sets now that I didn't have completed before with everything I picked up this year. I bought complete sets, so if I didn't have them completed, I bought them. So still have to meet up with that guy over in Marlton, New Jersey. He's got a garage full of stuff, complete sets. I contacted him. He got back with me once. We tried to get together and meet up at his house and buy some stuff, but he just never followed through with the time. So I contacted him again. He has not gotten back with me. No, I think he's a state trooper, and yeah, I think he's got really late hours. Well, that card got wet. It's all stained and ugly looking. You guys can't hear my wife in the background, can you? I don't think so. She's dropping F-bombs again. You know how World of Warcraft just gets on your nerves, apparently, when your character dies or something. She freaks out. So this coming week, this weekend's going to be a busy weekend for me, but this coming week, I'll get everyone's packages off to them and get that taken care of. And I'm going to see if I can open up my Patreon and something else here. What else was it I was working on? Something I forget now. The mind, it's the second thing that goes. So, oh, I see some 75s in here. 1975. I wonder if it goes back to 72. That would be nice. Yeah, well, this guy, I dealt with him before. The guy in Marlton, I dealt with him before, and I bought 4 or 6 complete sets of 1984 tops off of him. You saw the one Eric Jabs fan mail Fridays. I sent him a big, long, skinny package. Like he said, "Oh, I've never seen this kind of, mailer, this box type of box before," and it's just a flat rate box. But it was, really long. It was like 2.5 feet long, and 12 or 13 inches wide, and like 3 or 4 inches thick. Anyway, it had a classic game inside, one for him, the green box, from like, I don't know, 88 or 89, something. I forget what year it was, 87. And I bought 4 of them off the guy, right? I bought 4 of them. I sent one to Eric, one to John. No, I bought 5. I gave one to my boss. I gave one to my boss's boss, and then I got a new boss, and I gave him one. And then I come home, and I'm like, wait, where's mine? So I called the guy back. Like, he had a whole case of them. I called him back, and I got them for like, I don't know, like, no shit, like $10 or $12 each. And I'm like, yeah, I just need one more. And he's like, dude, I sold them all. Like, you're kidding me. Benito Santiago from the first. the 87 Topps Gwynn and Benito Santiago. I saw that. I remember seeing the Gwynn. If I wasn't paying attention to the Santiago, even though I like Benito because he I don't know, that Santiago's an update card. I don't know if I have that. I can you can look at some cards and you may not remember everything, but you're like, you know what, there's something different I don't recognize. The Gwynn would be no problem. I don't know about this. I have, you know what I mean? Do I have your address? Who was that? That was Mountain Gorilla. I don't have your address, do I? Let me see. I do not. So Mountain, here's my email. You'll have to email me with your YouTube name and your address so that I can get this off to you. At least that Gwynn card. All right. I can get you at least that Gwynn card, but I don't think I have the other ones. The updates from that year, 87. that's an update card too, right there. Bake McBride. I got a few of them in here. Yeah. There's 4 of them there. But the card everyone wants from this set is the Cal Ripken card. Guaranteed it's not in this stack. That's for sure. Now we got some 75s. These, I think. No. Might be a different set altogether. 76. So there's 77 tops. Right here, they go with these. All right. For some reason, this binder does have a lot of the same teams in it. Pirates, Indians, Padres. So, Giants. I don't know how that worked out, how they just ended up like that. And I just got this binder. Just turned out that way, I guess. And someone else got a different binder. The one that had all the Yankees in or something. You know, when I may have had the Yankees, the Mets, you know, the Phillies or whatnot in, I guess. So this card should not be sticking. Yeah, it was. There was one binder I went through. I was just cutting the cards out because I couldn't get them out. They were stuck in there. I had to cut each individual pocket almost like out of them to get them to come out. And some of these got wet. I mean, they're dry now, but they were damp at one point. This one got wet. This one got wet. So, would have been a storage unit that someone got. These were in the storage unit for a long time and suffered from the exposure to the elements. This one got wet. $19.75s. Put them up there. $75, just like the 71s, are so hard to get in good shape. You got to get really lucky to have no chipping, like big chips on the edges. It's got a ding on the corner, little white on that corner, but I mean, they're not just flaking off on the edges of the borders there. Oh, we got cards from the 60s in here too. Nice. Oops. They don't go there. These are 1974 Topps. Cleveland Indians. High numbers too. So, a little shakiness here. Oh, that didn't work so good. I wanted to cover more of the cards, but I guess it's not. Can't get everything in the shop. All right, now I'm gonna turn it this way. Not really helping. Not helping. I'll just move all these out of the way. Just go with the current stack. That way you guys get to see all the cards that are coming out of the sleeves at least. There you go. I got to work on the glare. So, if you remember, some of you may know, some of you may not, that these year San Diego cards sometimes are printed with the words Washington National League. Those are the error cards, not every one, but as you can see, Nate Colbert says Washington National League. So that makes it an error card. There's at least two here. This Glenn Beckert says Washington National League. And Nate Colbert, it's all boogered up. Someone has paper loss on the back of a card, and this has paper loss too. So these cards got wet. Working slowly, you can probably get that old card off the front. It does come off, but it is what it is. Yeah, these got wet. It is what it is. Oh, there's Washington National League. And again, paper loss from the back of another card. Yeah, I can see it. This is coming right off. You can see his sleeve underneath. Just got to work at it with a nice Nice sharp dull knife, which is exactly what I have somewhere on my desk. There it is. Hey, Soppy Moore. This was, I may have bought this. The more I look at this, I think this was a flea market buy. But with a nice sharp dull knife, I'm taking off, because these are old cards, I'm taking the fiber, and this is my first time doing this, but it is what it is. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But the other card is coming off, so the back of one of these other cards is boogered up. And it just happens to, like, there you go. So that may have been one that was stuck like that, and they're both San Diego cards, so that kind of is too small, but one of these cards has more paper loss on the back, and it may have even gotten thrown out, who knows. Not by me, but by whoever put these in the binder might have said, ugh, geez. But if you're careful, a nice sharp dull knife. And the only reason I know this is because my fingernail was working, and I got a very small, short, like, not sharp fingernail. So it appears to be working. I just don't have the time to continue. But putting it in the freezer is not going to help that one. And that's that. So now those are 74s. So let's go with 73s. What, there's a 74. And that's stuck a little bit. No paper loss, so it's not that guy. Yeah, I may have paid like $40 for this binder here, this little stack of cards. I don't know. I do know if I see cards from the 70s in there, I'm willing to pay a little bit more for it. But it's worth it. Even though I've collected these cards and I probably have 95% of them already. It's just picking out the ones maybe that will complete your whole set. And kind of I didn't have money for cards back then. That's funny. I say that, and when I talked to Pete Rose on the what day was that? The card show over in Valley Forge. Anyway, it's just back in September, not too long ago, a couple weeks ago. And I asked Pete, and I didn't have my glasses on, my glasses to record it. I wanted to record just that short little conversation with Pete and use it on my channel. Well, I said, hey, so Pete, when you were a kid and you collected cards, like, who was your favorite baseball player? Like, who's like your favorite card? And he was in the middle of writing, like getting ready to write the autograph, and his head snaps up real quick at me, like he's ready to chew my head off, like I said something about gambling or something. And he goes, baseball cards? I didn't have any baseballs. We didn't even have any money. I couldn't afford baseball cards. I'm like, okay. Then he put his head back down and finished signing the card. I'm like, okay. Then I shook his hand and thanked him, blah, blah, blah. Thinking full well that I had all this being recorded. And no. And my wife decided And for whatever reason, I told her to get a video, and she just snapped some stills with my phone. So that doesn't go well for making a video. Stills. 71s, and they're not like all chipped up. Some of them have soft corners, but speaking about Pete Rose, basically ended his career in the All-Star game when he collided with him at home plate. Effed him up. I really enjoy finding cards that have Thurman Munson in that are not Munson cards. Here he is putting the tag on Vada Pinson. And they're both looking at the umpire to see what the call is. It must have been really close. We'll never know unless we were there. Bill Mazeroski. Played a long time. Oh, Bill, they only give you like 1 year on here, so not a good card to reference career stats. I mean, year by year. Of course, they have the career totals, but it's not the same. I wonder if we have any Willie Mays in here for the Giants. His last card for Willie Mays was 1973 Topps. Was these with the little player in the circle. 73. Willie Mays played for the New York Mets. In case you're looking for Willie Mays cards. Well, you can probably pay a little pretty penny for that one too. Just like all Mays cards. That one got wet. And we finally made it to the 60s. Get 72s out of here. Get the 71s. All right, so these are 1967 Topps, I believe. 66, that makes them 67s, yep. But they're rough. Soft corners, creases. The whole corner was just crunched. This one was bitten off by a rat or something. Creased. Corner creased. So far, these cards look like they went through spokes on some kid's bike. I don't know if you can see all the creasing on that down here at the bottom, but it's all the way across. Corners all dinged up. Oh, God. Look at that one. Looks like it got wet along with going through the spokes. That one's all scratched. Same crease along this, so. Oh, that's one that's not all boogered up. Oh my goodness. Felix Mion. Oy. Jim Campanis and Bill Singer, rookie cards. check the chat, see what's going on in chat. I need a drink. Yeah, the cards are. Let's see. Hey, Cat DVDs, how you doing? Welcome. I know I didn't even have time to look for them, guys. To tell you the truth, I just looked for them real quick last night, and that was it. It was like bedtime. My wife's like, "Oh, you went to bed before midnight. You went to bed early." I'm like, "Yeah, need a drink." I got the phone call to my granddaughter's out of the way already, so I don't have to worry about that because 8 o'clock is coming up. No, none of these cards are going to be graded. They're not worth it. They're guys. These cards are boogered up. I mean, boogered. So, like this one here, I just want to throw it away, but like maybe I'll just give it to one of you guys because I don't. And a lot of these are just boogered beyond boogerness. Any of you guys, you're probably young enough. You probably remember watching Ren and Stimpy, right? And Ren would always have like somewhere hidden under a seat or under in his desk his nose goblins, them boogers. And that's what this looks like, a bunch of those nose goblins. Corner curled up. And that's because they put it in the damn binder. Curled up the corner. Didn't even care. Like you can put it back down, but you're never going to fix it. You know, you got to put it back down. Now you got to put it in a penny sleeve. You got to press it for a while because it's been pressed the wrong direction for I don't know how long. But what are you going to do? I don't even have penny sleeves to put them in right now. A case of penny sleeves is $75. So I got to work on that. Just all boogered up. He's almost been wiped off the face of the card all wreck-wise. Look at that corner. Boogered up, down, around, and every... You can count the layers of cards they used just by counting the folds in there. It's probably 3 folds and one that wasn't folded. Four layers of card. Another one that's all boogered up. Press it with another card for now. This little paring knife comes in handy. Doesn't cut for shit, but it can scrape and scratch and decurl stuff. Phil Lentz, infielder for the Phillies. Played for New York in the... Usually it says American or National League. It doesn't say. It just says New York. Could have been the Mets or the Yanks. No, the Mets were not around yet in 67. Were they? The Mets came out in 68, right? Miracle Mets. I don't know. And the Giants left New York in 57. 47 or 57. The Giants left New York. And same year the Dodgers left New York. The Yankees ran them both out of town because they couldn't beat the Yankees. Well, Dodgers may have beat them once. Maybe 2 years before they moved. I think the Dodgers beat them. And the Giants may have beat them once or twice. But that's not going to happen this year either, by the way. Them damn Yanks are going all the way. Sorry if you guys are Dodgers fans or Astro fans. That's my prediction. Yankees. And you got to stick with your team regardless. You got to show faith, keep faith. There's a lot of these 67 tops in here. Corral's got a nice crease across his face. A couple more sleeves left, and the torture will be over. Sal Bando and R. Schwartz. May the Schwartz be with you. Randy Schwartz. Come on, get out of there, Calvin. So, needless to say, there were no Hall of Famers in this lot. Well, the Mets were here in 67, so I'd have to take that back. because there's a Bill Hepler. All right. That's a lot of cards there. All right. How many people we got in the room? Oh, I'm tripping over everything. All right. Better? Better. Not the best, but better. All right. So, how many people we got left? 4 people left. All right. So, who all's left can pick a number between 1 and, I'm going to say 5, because someone's bound to jump in and then we'll be like short a stack of cards. So, pick a number between 1 and 5. Let me write this down. And we'll go. We'll just go right from the top and pick these from these 1960s. Now, these cards are pretty rough shaped, guys, just so you know. Real rough. But if you don't have any 67 tops, then maybe it'd be all right. Chris Bolton got 1. 3 is Cat DVDs. 4 is Robert Anderson. And 5 is South Emo. All right, still only 4 here. Yeah, these are really rough. These are like really beginner cards. So you're gonna want to replace these first chance you get, I'm sure. But then maybe you can just pass them on to someone else too. All right, so quick ugly shuffle, because not that you can make the cards any worse than what they already are, but you know. All right, so we're still at 4. So here we go. Joe Nuxall. Actually, I think he was a decent pitcher. He started playing in 1944. The youngest player to appear in a major league game, Joe tossed his first pitch on June 10th, 1944, at the age of 15. Joe's attributes his fine success to good control. 15 years old, pitching in the major leagues. That's kind of his claim to fame. Joe Nuxall, remember that name, right? All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we see 5? 5, barely. There we go. Sorry, you got a double there. What are the odds? But Jose Tartabull, that's the father of Danny Tartabull. Bam. Learned something new tonight, guys. Ken Berry, father of, I don't know, his kids, I guess. Just had to throw that out there. And we got 2 left for another day. So, there you have it. Oh, see, I told you, well, we got 6 in here now. So, let's see. Mountain Gorilla, father of the modern day grass mower. Okay. So who all joined us? I see Mountain joined us. Rejoined us, I should say, right? So Mountain, pick a number between 2 and 2. I confused him. It's not 1.5. Sorry, number 4 has been taken. It was 1 through 5, and 2 was the only number left. So you get stuck with 2. Who else is here? Who's number 6? Yes. Mountain is number 2. All right, so let's get. I gotta mark these boxes on the outside. Ernesto is not here. Let's see who is here. South Beam Moore was number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. South, your cards are in your box. Now, who else? Who's next? This is Robert Anderson's box. Robert, you were number 4. So there goes your cards in your box. Now, where is Ripping for Ripkins? Not here tonight. He was, right? Or was he? All right. Chris Bolton, you were number 1. Number 1 with the bullet. You got the Joe Nuxall card, didn't you? 15-year-old pitching in the major leagues. I think that even beat Bob Feller, who pitched like when he was 16, I think, in the major leagues. Cat DVDs, you were number 3. And number 2 is Mountain, and Mountain doesn't have anything, right? So, oh, let's write this down. Oops, that hurt. Let's see, Mountain Gorilla. Mountain, did you send me an email with your mailing address on yet? And there goes yours. Now, remember, guys, these cards are in such rough shape. The corners are fuzzy. They've got creases in it. You know, they weren't exactly thrown on the bed and jumped on, but you know, might have been close to that. All right, so I got Mountain. Yeah. Okay. Alex. Alex and Clint. All right. So next week's going to be a busy mail week for me. Outgoing, not incoming. All right, so let me get a. So, Mountain, there's your box now. I just got to get a lid for it. And there's your lid. And they're going to be mailed in these boxes. They'll be mailed in smaller boxes. I'm just putting them in there now. So everything's uniformed. Easy to find. All right. I think, excuse me, guys. Like I said, I think I'm going to make it an early night tonight, guys. Just want to shoot something real quick for the channel. Try to do something every day. I've been doing a lot of live stuff though, but that's cool. It's all good. I'm going to, yeah, you're welcome, guys. I'm going to hop off here in the next couple minutes. So it's, we'll make it at, in about 7 minutes. I'm going to shut her down just to give it an even round number. And so we can just shoot the breeze about whatever. Who wanted the, who asked for the Tony Gwynn card? The 87 Gwynn. Was that you, Mountain? I can scroll back and see who asked for it too. So you may be tabbed out. Doing up the email now. No. Trevor Hollis was in here earlier. Yeah, I thought it was my. I scrolled back, but I don't. Unless it was one of them highlighted towards me, like at Boomslang, it makes it easier to find. But then if everyone does that, then it'll still be hard to find. All right, so I'll throw that in his thing. It's like there's nothing great about this 87 tops. Matter of fact, when I get settled up, guys, I'll go through some of my 87 O-Pee-Chee. Like I said, I bought a case. That case had 16,000 cards in it. 1987 O-Pee-Chee. So we'll be able to go through that. I mean, I've gone through it. And basically, I think I got like 24 or 25 Barry Bonds cards out of there. But I didn't do my homework on that one. Yeah, well, the Santiago is an update card, and I'm pretty sure I don't have the 87 update set, so I'm going to keep that one for my PC. But anyway, get back to the O-Pee-Chee. I didn't do my homework on the Barry Bonds. I thought it was on like all of them, like the O-Pee-Chee, the tops. So I thought I was being a little slick. I'm going to buy this case of 87 O-Pee-Chee, and it was a vendor bulk case, which means, the vendor cases come in 500 count boxes, in right. A vendor bulk case, there was no box. It was just one case, and all the cards were loose in there, and they're all over in all directions. Like on the ends, the box kind of bowed out a little bit, and the cards are all falling down. They're all misaligned. And at the time, I wasn't even videoing the stuff. I was just going through. I didn't even video any of it for my channel because I wasn't into it that much on my channel. And yeah, so a missed opportunity there. But I wasn't really doing baseball cards on my channel a lot or at all at that time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's fewer cards in the O-Pee-Chee sets than the regular top sets. So um, I don't know. Like there might have been 628 in the O-Pee-Chee and 792 in the tops. I don't know, something like that. But anyway, they're the O-Pee-Chee just has the Canadian and the English. I think all the poses are the same, and they focused more on Canadian teams like the Blue Jays, Expos, stuff like that. So, but anyway, we'll get to that. Um, I have I've got so many cards, guys. It's ridiculous. Okay, I got the email from Mountain Gorilla. I got your email. Thank you. It just kind of showed up on my phone. I got the notification. So cool. I will get this stuff out to you guys hopefully early next week. If I take a day off from work, that'll be an excuse to do it. But I think I took a day off this week and didn't do it. I did other things with dealing with the shed and getting stuff straightened out, measurements, all that good stuff. You're on your phone right now? Oh, I could not do that. I could not. Oh, like I watch YouTube during the daytime at work, during breaks and stuff, try to catch up on people's videos and stuff, and the notifications and all that good stuff. But when I get home, if I don't fall asleep on the couch, I'm up here catching up on other people's videos. I try to make comments so that I don't get automatically unsubscribed from them through the YouTube algorithms that screw everyone up and unsubscribe people. Like right now, I'm at the most subscribers ever right now. Like so, that's great. That's great. 684. I got to get to 750. So 750, and there's a huge giveaway. And anyone who subscribed to my channel is kind of eligible for it. You know what I mean? I just have to verify that they're subscribed. That's all. If they don't, and I understand. All right, Mountain, take it easy. Yeah, go buy some good cards. I don't think I'll get involved in auctions. I don't know. It seems like there's too much of a headache with, troll bidders and stuff. I mean, it's what it is. All right. I could have sold them at a nickel a piece probably tonight. Auctioned them off. That's about all they're worth, a nickel. I think I probably overpaid for that binder, but that's all right. Now that I look at them up close. All right, guys, we are down to 15 seconds, and we're going to end this stream. I'll try to start and end on time. I really don't have a start time, but one day I'll get to a schedule. But I really want to shut her down here, and I'll have a little bit of time. It's 8:15. I'll have an hour or so of gaming I can do. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell too while you're hitting things. And yeah, guys, we'll see you later. This is Boomslang signing out saying peace. Peace, peace. Right there. And we'll see you in the next one. Good night, guys. There we go. Good night.